What is going down, everybody? Sarius here, and welcome to episode 2 of our Darkest Dungeon gameplay. As many of you recall, our first ever dungeon romp, although smooth, was not without its onset of adversities. Dismas, our rogue, took a significant amount of psychological damage during our final fight.
We just resisted him like a bunch of badasses. Unfortunately, we didn't dodge that attack. Look at the backline nuker here. That Acolyte is probably the biggest threat out of this entire. Go ahead and buff himself, upping up his accuracy and critical strike. He does take a tempting goblet to the face, which is going to raise his stress level significantly.
While Dismas sought a brief interlude from our previous battle, the rest of our crew steeled ourselves for the dangerous journey ahead of us. Without our expert marksman, we would find ourselves in a world of hurt, with many of us barely making it out alive.
Pace out the halls of your lineage, once familiar, now foreign.
As we entered the decrepit ruins once more, the faint glow of barely lit candles painted the grim sight before us. Alright, so guys, we recruited a bounty hunter, and he's going to be clutching a lot of the damage that you're going to see in the game, but he does have a very bad habit. It's called Curious, a negative quirk, where he's just going to randomly start opening up boxes that are in the world, and most of them are going to be trapped, so that's a very bad thing. You have to get rid of that trait as fast as possible. We'll talk about that a little later. We get jumped by a bunch of spiders. They get the first hit in, and this is so crucial because look at their web attack. It completely incapacitates our team from functioning properly to get as much damage in as possible. So right there, right off the bat, you can see the red spiders are marking targets. The green spider, thank God there wasn't two of them, are going and blowing us away with their artillery. It's a very, very dangerous combo here. So right off the bat, it's our first official battle, and we're already just about fledgling right now to try to get ourselves scrambling forward to beat these bastards back. That is so amazing about this game. It's what I love about it. It's so tense. Every single time you step forward, it's a new experience, and it's horrifying sometimes. I got the goosebumps sometimes. At this point now, I've got the bounty hunter here designated on what target I'm going to go and take out. I haven't played with a bounty hunter ever, but he does kind of remind me, very reminiscent of the Stormcloaks. If you've seen their armor in Skyrim, it's a very cool thing, but he has this cool hook attack that gives him amazing amounts of range. So right here, I'm going to actually be aiming for the green spider. I want to take him out, so I knew that I would probably be up a creek without a paddle if I missed, but I said, you know what, I have to go for broke here because we have to start killing some of these enemies quickly. And I went ahead and boom, I rolled the max damage you possibly could. Alright, so with the green spider out of the way, this is going to make it so much easier for this battle. We completely turned the tide of the battle and engagement right here, just with that nice clutch hit right there. Super awesome. This is where you're kind of cheering for your characters, like, damn, good job, man, good job. You know, and it's just so intense. This is what makes this game so amazing. Right now, the red spiders don't pose a big threat. They don't do a high amount of damage. Even their blight attack doesn't do a whole lot. And instead of killing both of them outright, which my fighter could have easily done, he could have easily taken them both out, I said, you know what, let's prolong this just a little bit more. And sure enough, I did get lucky because the cleric was able to get a free turn in to get a nice heal in on the bounty hunter, which is awesome. This is so critical. So guys, I really have to drive this point home. If you're a new player, if you have the last enemy alive and you can, within your capabilities, stun it, keep it out of the fight enough that you can top your health and maybe your stress management down a little bit, go for it, guys. Go for it. It's so worth it because you want to get yourself topped off and ready for the next engagement. As you can see, we just stumbled in on this spider fight, and they immediately took us by surprise. They disoriented our party. They had us in chaos, and we were able to fight through that. But sometimes you're not going to be as lucky as I was there with those critical shots to take out those artillery nukers in the back, guys. You know what I'm saying? So I got real lucky there. But that's why it's so imperative that you know what you're doing, and hopefully this video series is going to help you if you get this game and you get rolling with it. I highly recommend it. It's early access, but it's so polished. Oh, bookshelves. Piles of books, bookshelves. I guess this game, it must be like anti-reading because everything that involves like literature or textbooks have cursed me to no end. I have like stress levels up the butt from just picking up a book in the game right here. So that's why I avoid it like the plague. I'll go nowhere near it, just to let you guys know. So it might be a good idea just to hold off on them unless they get tweaked in the future, but books generally are not safe in my honest opinion. So right here we're going to be moving on, and we got a lucky scout proc, which means that if you have a high light level, you have a chance of automatically having this happen when you enter the room itself, which is pretty awesome right here. We get ourselves a nice courtier battle here. I'm going to be doing something I think is pretty tricky. I'm going to try to knock back one of the cultists, but I didn't really know too much about his attack and what it did, so it's going to end up backfiring on me. But it certainly was a valiant attempt. I'm going to go ahead and Fist of the North Star, Kenshiro style, just uppercut Shoryuken and pop him back in the back of the line. But here he is with that Rend of the Old Gods. Apparently it moves him up in the line. which I was just so frustrated at this point. I'm like so mad. I'm like, damn, I had a perfect opportunity to take out that little punk. And right here, our Plague Doctor is going to do a nice little blight attack for 2 damage over time. It's going to stack up a couple more rounds. Unfortunately, he did get stressed out as a result of not killing or incapacitating the courtier who's wedged in the back. This is where this guy loves to play, and you have to take him out as much as possible. The game revolves around fighting to kill the backline as fast as possible. The front guys really aren't as much of a danger as you would think they are. But still, again, they still are considerable damage. Man, a nice shot by Reynolds. He's just doing a really good job right now of keeping the entire party rocking and rolling. He's just keeping the kills coming. He's consistent. He's doing good damage. He's tanking for the party. Gotta admit, that's a really awesome thing. Now, again, I think that there's a level of threat system in this game because I know that the bounty hunter is pretty much the first guy that they go to. He's like the walking marshmallow man that everybody's just trying to like pick apart. Because he, for considerably good reason, he has the ability to attack everybody just about on the map. Lands a nice hand axe, dude. Did I ever tell you this guy kind of reminds me of the Stormcloak army in Skyrim? They were like badass. The armor style is just really visceral, very cool. I say the art style is amazing. So if you guys are considering about this game, I highly recommend it. Again, last guy doing a stun technique to try to top off our HP, get ourselves ready to rock and roll, and also cure us of any incoming diseases. Reynolds went ahead and got a little bit over carried away on the stun, and ended up smiting him. So I didn't get that last minute heal on the bounty hunter. And again, that might be one of the factors why we come so close to dying. Oh, and here's some glorious books. You'd think that they'd be entertainment. No, not in this world. They will kill you outright with stress. Okay, I don't know. The developers are anti-reading or something. Reading Rainbow, anyone? At this point now, we keep going forward. We have the map in our proximity scouted out for the most part, which is really awesome because you can see what kind of traps are available. So what I do is I pick the character with the lowest stress factor, and I go ahead and use that person as pretty much the guinea pig for the trap. I know it sounds really messed up, but at the same rate, it also will keep you alive longer. So I know that might be something that's a little morbid, but that's one of the things out there that you need to use to survive the dungeon. Alright guys, remember how I was telling you about how close we came to death, almost certain death? Right here is going to be the battle that shows you exactly how brutal this game really is. Now, my Vestal went ahead and tried to do a quick stun lock on the big guy. Getting him out of the fight is super important, but look at the Fusilier. This is the high threat target you have to deal with, okay? He has blanket fire. He shoots everybody in the entire row of our party. We have nothing we can do about that right now at this point. So I'm going to say, you know what, we have to stun this guy. But again, it fails. The stun fails. And this is where things are going to add up into a lot of big disasters. Our Plague Doctor misses the double blight attack, which could have really set the things in our favor. Point blank shot sends the knight to the back. Our formation is broken. And now we have the bounty hunter in front. We have the rogue enemy right there. Slice and dice. The brigand killing us right now very slowly. We got the blanket fire attack. Nobody's stunned. This is what I'm talking about. This game with a couple bad rolls can completely set you in the bad direction. I'm going to try to clutch this. Right here, bounty hunter. Kenshiro, Fist of the North Star, sends that guy flying to the back. And now we have a fighting chance, at least, albeit minimally. I was going to go for a plague grenade, but I said, you know, given our track record with 75% chance to hit, I said I better get 100% upgrade, buff the knight, buff him because he's going to try to get back to the front line and do some serious damage. I figured, you know what, I probably could go for a heal, but I said, you know what, screw this, we're going to go for the basically the guy that's going to be shooting everybody. Get him out of that rank there. Again, bad luck right there, bad roll. We got whipped, and look at him. Yeah, our knight's getting hit with bleed right now. Things are really dire right now. We're going to keep getting shot here unless we do something to fix this. So right here, I'm actually going to be using Zealous Accusation. It's an AoE frontline attack similar to what the Slice and Dice did to our team in reverse. He's going to hit it again. Now watch this. Our bounty hunter is on his way out. Stress is going up in our party. This is where things are getting clutchy. Things are really much on the last leg, and I don't want to lose this guy because as much as he has some bad habits, he really has been clutching for us. He's been doing a great job. So I really want to keep him, and I'm very worried at this point. Again, he doesn't do enough damage. He babies in at the low damage roll on the rogue. I was hoping I could kill him. And I said, should I stun him? What should I do at this point? So he said, I have to immediately get him off death's door. He's safe at this point, but man, it's not going to end yet. Plague Doctor, I said, you know, what else can I do here? What else can I do to try to help everyone? I said, the knight is going to bleed out. I have to hit him with a cure for this. And right here, he still is bleeding. He still has bleed effect because it got stacked on him. This is just bad right now, okay? So he used another Zealous Accusation. Luckily, he was able to clutch that shot, didn't miss. And right here, another bleed effect. I'm just, you can see he's at death's door and he's bleeding. So that means if he gets the next attack, he has a chance of dying right here on the spot. Super grim right now. Things are really getting screwed up here. And at this point, I'm like, what should I do? I'm in the front line. I'm a frontline fighter. I just go for an axe. I'm just like, hell no. I'm taking you with me if I'm going to die, man. At this point, we're lucky enough to get another plague doctor to heal him of his illness, which is awesome. This is the best thing in the world, because look at that. If I had missed that, he would have probably died from that, just from spawning in on his turn, dying from bleed. Another death's door. Look at this, guys. This is a disaster right here. Big boss about to kill us. We have the option of running away, but do we scatter or do we reform ourselves? Do we kill this guy right here and then? Are we gonna just take it? Are we just gonna run with our tail tucked between our legs? Are we better than that? Or are we just plain stupid for staying there and fighting for so long? The odds have been heavily stacked against us from the beginning of the battle, and yet here we are still fighting. See, this game messes with you psychologically even as a player. That's how deep this game runs, and that's why I love it so much. So I was able to get the knight off of Hell's Door, and right now at this point I'm like, oh geez, what else can I do to try to help? And I said, I'm just going to buff him up because he is our clutch. He's our clutch master right now. And I said, you know what? Please don't miss this shot. You cannot miss this shot. And boom, he connects it with a steady 10 damage. We beat the final boss. We're all about on our way out. We're stressed like crazy. And man, that was probably the most intense fight I've ever had in a very long time, guys. So at this point, the average person, guys, is like, you know what? This is good. We've gotten so far. We've beaten just about what we needed. Let's go ahead and abandon and play it safe, right? But I'm like, you know what? No, there is no way we're going to back down when we've come so far with our party. I know we're just about on our last leg. We're just about to die. But you know what? We've got to go for broke here, guys, because, again, we've got a manner to recover. We have to get our world going again. So I said, you know what? We're just going to man up. We're going to go forward. We're going to give it our best. And we'll bounce if anything bad happens at this point. Hopefully if we have the opportunity to. We don't get our legs cut off in the meantime. I know that sounds pretty morbid, but it's the truth. Now look at this. We got a trap right in front of us in this room. Right as we exit. Right here. This is just ugly right here. So we're all super damaged. We're all stressed out. And look at the chemist really clutching for us at that critical moment. Boom! We have an ambush. Here we are. We're just about on our way out. Our bounty hunter's just about had it. He's about to go mental right now. And I'm just like, I'm so worried at this point. I'm like, my hands are shaking. I have goosebumps and chills up my spine. Because I'm like, at any moment, these guys can just completely barrel roll us if we're not careful. They'll just stomp us in the dust. And this is the stuff that, the intensity, the feeling of mortality. It gets to your head. And you're sitting here playing this and you're like, at any moment, I can die. And it's a very humbling thing. Because you're just like, at any moment, this could be it. Like right there. That could have set him over the edge. If he had gotten hit and brought into the red zone, he would have 100% cracked under the pressure. Okay? That is just insane how we dodged it. But yet he dodged it, right? That's amazing. That's what draws me into this game so much. It's so difficult. And right here, the graveyard slash. That could have been a crit, guys. That could have set me over the edge also. And I just... Look at the follow-up here. Nice hit right there. See that? The bounty hunter is still resilient as ever. He's going at it. He's not giving up. Okay? Right here, getting some nice emergency heals in, dude. Right there, damage mitigation. Me healed too in that sense because he did a little bit of damage. And look at the chemist pulling through. One of our weaker classes, the one that I kept in the back all the time. 6 damage. Boom, right off the bat, just killed it. I mean, you see some amazing stuff that you normally wouldn't if you didn't take the time to appreciate it. And this game just completely drills that into you. I'm so afraid to go into this door right now. Like, I was so afraid. I'm like, there could be just like 6 freaking monsters waiting to jump us, and they might get first attacked and everything. And luckily it was clear. But guys, thank you for tuning in. We stuck to our guns. This was actually really stupid, so I hope you guys don't do the same thing I did. Just, if you feel like you want to go, just go, but you know what I mean? But thank you for tuning in. If you want to see some more videos, please like, comment, do what you can to try to tell me that you guys want to see some more videos, because I am having the time of my life making these videos, and I'm really hoping some of you guys consider the game. I know it's RPG, it's not an FPS game, guys, but straight up, it is so much fun. It's so critical. But anyways, I'll see y'all later. This is Sarius. We have some brand new videos on the way, and I hope to be able to show you the status of our valiant force as they go forward and fight the darkness down below. I'll see you later. This is Sarius signing out. Peace out.
It is shameful that I must